Florida Republican Congresswoman Paulina Luna. She's a member of the House Oversight Committee. She chaired the task force on declassification of federal secrets. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being here. You're a critical voice because you were among the very first in Congress to push for these files to be made public. The law that President Trump passed, that you passed and President Trump signed, was very clear that all documents were to be released at midnight tonight. That has not happened. Is the DOJ in violation of the law?
Well, as of right now, what was written into that initial discharge petition that we then all voted for is that information publicly released except for information pertaining to victims and pedophilic information that shouldn't belong in public circulation. And so I will always weigh on the side of caution in protecting victims and obviously not wanting that information circulated, as well as not wanting pedophilic information circulated as well. And so obviously frustrating that it hasn't been released this evening, but also to understand that the DOJ is essentially undermanned and understaffed, and that this information has to be gone through very meticulously to ensure that that information is not released. Now, I will say this. No other administration was willing to even bring this information forward. And after talking to several of the victims myself, as well as being in the oversight hearing where you had both Democrats and Republicans present, victims had stated that they had actually asked for their information under the Biden administration and didn't even receive information back or were outright denied. And so I'm very happy that obviously this information is coming out now. But obviously, as you're seeing, Jeffrey Epstein was a terrible individual, Ghislaine Maxwell, terrible individual. And obviously, there are a lot of people that were unfortunately in his orbit of influence. And so I'm not surprised to see some of these photos come out.
Yeah, the DOJ had 30 days to do its job here and follow the law and release all the documents. They have not released all the documents. They released a fraction of those documents. You have been for months calling on Attorney General Pam Bondi to, quote, stop stonewalling and release all the Epstein files. Is she still stonewalling?
Mm-hmm. Well, they did say that the documents are coming out, and they're coming out on a rolling basis. And so what we found in the past, specifically if you're looking at other declassifications like Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and RFK, is they actually have to compile all the documents. So sometimes, although there's a documented timeline, there is the understanding that there might be a little bit of a leniency in regards to the actual release date. Now, again, yes, frustrating it's not all released on the same day, but we also saw the same thing happening with JFK, MLK, and RFK, of which they did follow through, and we did ultimately receive all the documents. However, I will say this. We would not be seeing this information come out if it was any other administration. And I can tell you, even just on working on other cases, specifically like working under Garland when he didn't want to respond to Congress's subpoena, we didn't have any response at all from them. And so this is definitely at least the silver lining in the cloud. But
to be clear, you had to vote on this, pass this law. President Trump had to sign this law. I mean, Attorney General Bondi did not just voluntarily turn this stuff over. She'd been promising to do this for quite some time and then failing to do so for quite some time. And we just had Joe Khalil reference that what was released today was so heavily redacted. Congresswoman, look at some of these pages. I mean, this is insane.
Oh, I have looked at some of the pages, yeah.
How is this
but the information that's redacted, yeah, so the information that has been redacted,
of pages
is
like
exactly the information that everyone voted on. And we are not going to release information of victims and or pornographic material. So if you see faces blurred out in certain photos, or you're seeing certain images not being shown,
that's not what I just showed you,
that is because there is literally, well, I can't see what you're showing me because I'm on a live feed here. But what I have seen online and what the redactions are, what the redactions that I have seen are literally because it falls into those two categories. Now, if we find out that that's not the case, which I highly doubt because they know that we can ask for that information, we can see that information, then that's a different story. But ultimately, we're not going to release that information. That's something that we all came to as a general conclusion and that you don't want to do.
Finally, your colleague, Congressman Thomas Massie, says that there are the names of at least 20 men in these files who have been credibly accused of committing sex crimes alongside Epstein. Do you believe him? The FBI says that's not true. What do you think?
I mean, look, I would not be surprised. However, we are still waiting as Congress to receive information from victims of the names that they promised to deliver to us. I also understand, though, that that gets into different complexities because they're actively right now in a lawsuit with the Deutsche Bank for not putting a stop to the trafficking and money scheme behind this. And so I understand that there's certain legal implications to that. And so if they want to deliver names on behalf of Oversight, we're happy to take them and happy to follow up. But we have not received those names yet.
Okay. Congresswoman Paulina Luna, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know this is something you've been really at the forefront of for many, many months. I really appreciate you coming on. Happy holidays if I don't speak to you before then. All right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.